Hi, today on Tea with Terry, I wanted to talk just a little bit about the classic lower world of the shamanic journey. Now, where to start? And there's just a lot to say. I guess we'll start with why anyone would choose to visit the lower world in a journey space. The lower world is classically a place where we go to retrieve power. So if for instance you felt like you were losing power around a certain situation, maybe you're at the office and you were working with a particularly difficult boss, and you need to get your power back around that. You need to be able to speak up in meetings or whatever it might be. Perhaps you're losing power in some other way. It may even just be a health crisis. You're feeling like you're losing your power and your vitality because you can't take control of your health, or an addiction, something that's going on where you need some power. You need to regain a sense of self and purpose and strength. Now, the power I'm talking about here is not the power over something. It's not the power to overpower. It is a power that comes from within. It's like, think of it more as being empowered. So when you need to be empowered, you might take a shamanic journey to the lower world. So how do you get there? And very classically, you would get to the lower world through your active imagination, through getting quiet, sitting, doing some breathing exercises, and then imagining yourself somewhere out in nature, someplace that you feel safe and secure. And as you walk around in this environment, wherever it may be, whether it be a forest by the ocean side, a jungle, maybe it's even a city that you are particularly comfortable with, but you're outside walking around usually, and you start to look down and you look around, and what you're looking for is an entryway that leads downward. So very classically, you go and find a big tree and walk around the tree, and then you'll find a hole that's just big enough that you can fit into it, and all of a sudden you're in a tunnel and it's lit and you're just heading downward. You might enter the lower world through a cave. You might enter the lower world, again, if you were in that city environment, through a manhole. You see a hole, a manhole in the ground, and you're able to slip down and head downward. And at the end of this tunnel or this passage, you come out into a world that um, is vibrant and alive. Everything seems more vivid, more fertile, more colorful and powerful than it does in our regular 3D world. Now, that's just sort of a classic, typical way to do it. You might find a different way to do it, and your lower world might look very different from that. Everybody brings a piece of their selves to the journey, and you might experience it differently than I do. But very often people find it to be this vibrant place, filled with animals and nature, and extremely colorful, and with a lot of sound if you're one who hears sound when you're in meditation. So just play with it now that you have an idea and a sense of what the lower world might be like, why you might go there, and how to get there. I'd encourage you just to try to do a short shamanic journey into the lower world and ask for power, to retrieve power around something. I hope you enjoy it, and send me an email. Let me know how it goes for you. Thanks.